Throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. Taking it about the 16. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Easy, kill. Hey, Sammy. 1-5-4.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. Here's Breeze to throw. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
That was for you, Dominique. I want you, Dominique. That was for you. That was for you. You got lucky. Let's go.
It's now to kick this one
nigga,
away.
huh? You want to sit back there, nigga? I hope you're eating a good breakfast, nigga. The fuck? This should have been. You should give me that. Stop that stupid ass shit.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They fake the give. Now Wentz rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
21. Ready, watch out.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Kill, kill!
On second down, here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Easy! Ready! Yellow weighty! 95, 56, 95.
Now the pitch comes to Ingram. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. Easy. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Breeze to throw on second down. Incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
12, 12, 12.
Breeze now. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Garden. It's protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, it's Wentz. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's a gain of 9 yards. And just like that, it's third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now Wentz on third down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, a run with Smallwood. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Wentz to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And Elliott puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking deep downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Breeze picked off by his former teammate, Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Room past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They run again on first down with Smallwood. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Wentz now on first down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. Room here to run. Give him 16 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box here.
Here's Smallwood. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
74. Hey, other side, solid.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And the kick by Elliott is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Ted Ginn's gonna go. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Saints add on to their lead. That's good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now look at him go. The 40, 20, 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Nelson Aguilar officially with a return of 108 yards. And the Eagles get a score closer. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Monday. Check, check, check.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Saints. 51 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Breeze. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. On target over the middle of the hill. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now Breeze. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. To throw is Breeze. going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route. So they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Throwing now is Breeze. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
21. Got it. 11.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Dance, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. To throw, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, CD, as we look forward, get closer and closer to the postseason, what do you think if you had to pick the Super Bowl teams right now? Who would you take?
Let me start in the NFC. And I think that the Rams and New Orleans seem to have separated a little bit right now. They seem to be the prime 2 teams. But I'm looking in the NFC South. And the Carolina Panthers would scare the heck out of me if I were anyone in the NFC. Defense continues to get better. Cam Newton having his best season since his MVP year of 2015. Versatile weapons on offense now. I like the momentum that they've been building. On the AFC side, of course, you have to say New England until further notice, naturally. You have to say Kansas City. But I do think that Houston has really built something because of their defensive spec.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor able to drop him for a loss of 4. Throwing is Wentz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Back now here live in New Orleans. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Breeze picked off by his former teammate, Malcolm Jenkins. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Shotgun now for Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 38 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's Wentz to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, you picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
36. 11.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Breeze. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Easy.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Easy. Good set.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's all...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 47. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
21.
Breeze is looking to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn, a touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And out now come the Eagles. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Steps away to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change with it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 19 yards that time for number 19. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are.
And that's caught inside the 30. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 43 yards. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, kill! 11.
Breeze going to throw here. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. A dump off to Smallwood. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes intercept.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yo. I'm two on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift. I'm a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yo, I'm too up. Round blew up. Copped that new rape on them haters. Threw up. Brother went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Oh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never get anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got this picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on, they call it for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag, something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You got a picture me, send me calling, ready for war like Korea, headlining shows out in Poland, you should be cleaning my mansion, my peasants disgusting, to dustin'. Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Body goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new bay alert, gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to. Sit about it.